Last week, Napalm controversially dispatched Demolition Demon for a place in the series semi-finals, while Pandemonium took a wrong turn. Glory awaits for one more, so let's get into gear here on Robot Wars.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first line of defense, Craig Charles.
Ever since the first chimp picked up a bone off the prehistoric floor and used it to bash open the skull of a wildebeest, men have been obsessed with their tools. Millions of years on, and our homes are full of labour-saving devices. Toasters, refrigerators, microwaves, and that thing you bought at the shopping channel with the free introductory spoon. But lately, my house has been giving me the eye. I'm paranoid about being tumble-dried to death, and my food blender is now officially a lethal weapon. We live in dangerous times, and to prove it, 6 lifeless objects are now going to be brought dangerously to life to fight for a place in our series semi-finals. Let's open the tool cupboard.
First, from St. Leonard's-on-Sea, Mace.
An aluminium armour plating and steel roll cage protects Mace, driven by wheelchair motors. Watch out for the 2,000 RPM high-speed flail and the electric lifting ram, which can hoist an 18-stone man.
From Lee City Technical College in Dartford, Leighviathan.
The Leighviathan team produced Leibot in the first wars, eliminated in an early heat. This robot has a laser-guided directional finder modified from laser pens to shine through smoke, a snowplow weapon and a rear-end petrol-driven chainsaw.
From Guildford, Wheelosaurus.
From an ancient age comes Peter Gibson's magnificent creation. The wheels come from a Victorian pram. The chassis, what little there is, scavenged from a scaffolding pole, and its gyro-stabilising device comes from a helicopter. It can spin and turn very quickly.
From Huddersfield, Death Trak.
The red sight spells danger to opponents from the steel wedge detachable weapon in the front jaws. The go-kart wheels come from a local firm. The wheelchair motors come from a friend who collects them. The strange, bizarre world of Robot Wars.
From Worthing, Tantrum.
Another wheelchair motorised war machine. Its 25mm diameter sharpened steel flail rotates at 1,000 RPM. It has a spring-loaded rear ramming bumper. Roboteer Chris Weeks used to build pine beds. They always collapsed.
From Ipswich, Chaos.
The creators of Robot the Bruce and the First Wars are back recycling their dead metal. Its front ram, originally part of a Phantom jet nose gear, this bot is seeded 6th for the series, Craig.
When David slew Goliath, he was branded a hero. But David would have run crying home to his mummy if he ever had to face the mighty gauntlet.
Designed to make any robot quiver down to its circuit boards. There are 3 paths to choose from, each as dangerous as the last. They have to make it down to that end zone, but gnashing their teeth and grinding their saws in anticipation, our house robots are Dead Metal, Sergeant Bash, and the evil Sir Killalot.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mace with Shane Howard and Brian Fountain.
3, 2, 1, activate.
House robots to the left, but straight against the barrels, replacing the brick walls beyond the lifting spikes. And now taking on the ramp. Good speed by Mace. It can get up to 5-6 miles an hour off the ramp. Steering problems, though. In comes Sergeant Bash, a lick of flame. Trying to ram Bash, which is always a mistake. With that grinding disc at the back, but they're trying to power their way through. There's Dead Metal's pincers. But as the circular saw comes down, Mace drags Dead Metal over the line. They're through. That's a good run. Through those barrels as if they didn't exist. And Mace first to complete the course. Well done.
3, 2, 1.
Wheelosaurus, driven by 55-year-old Peter Gibson, its creator, taking on those barrels with the big steel spikes on the outside of those Victorian pram wheels, and now through to the ramp.
Victorian pram wheels on Robot Wars?
Well, I wanted to have something that could fall over. The best attack is to turn a robot over, and I thought if I could make one that could get itself up again, I'd stand half a chance.
Down over the seesaw for Wheelosaurus, taking on Sergeant Bash with the circular saw. And again, oh, but flipped on its side, Wheelosaurus. Can it pick itself up? Yes, it can. To go back at Sergeant Bash, then Biffle's in there as well. And that looks like the gas canister's been ripped off Sergeant Bash. Sergeant Bash is in real trouble here. It's been immobilised by Wheelosaurus. Who'd have thought the Victorian pram wheels could disable Sergeant Bash?
It's a very unusual design, that, isn't it? It keeps, like, flipping back over. It's very difficult to sort of knock out.
It's very difficult to control as well.
Is it? You did very, very well, though. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Peter.
And the St. Bot's ambulance men coming out to treat Sergeant Bash. He's in trouble. Wheelosaurus, 11.7 metres. Should be enough to see them through.
What happened?
I don't know. I came over the ramp and I got mugged by these two robots and I was just acting in self-defence and something happened to Sergeant Bash, but I hope he'll be all right.
So you do not hope he'll be all right, you fibber?
And there's trouble in the pits too for Leighviathan.
Guys, you're just about to come on. What happened?
The radio gear was wired up wrong and it caught alight.
It caught fire just as you were about to go into the arena.
They're having to replace all the receivers.
Whose fault is this?
The person who wired it up. Not saying any names.
Not pointing any points.
What are we trying to do? Get rid of the foul side? Could we have blown that?
Yes.
That be what's stopping it?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Death Trak, the next robot to take on our gauntlet course, driven by 30-year-old Nicky Murphy. Veering towards the circular saws and the ram rig there, squeezing in from the left. You get up to 8 miles an hour, Death Trak. Not using the detachable wedge made from steel, the weapon. Ooh, the circular saws biting into that 12mm steel plate chassis.
Have you got a strong enough body, though, to resist those circular blades?
Yeah, it's made of 12mm steel, so I don't think it's going to be chopped.
Still ongoing, Death Trak. They're starting to go backwards, rather bizarrely. And stuck in there, really, not making enough progress. Rammed towards the circular saw blades. And that was the decision which has cost them. Backwards, backwards. Why? Not enough ground covered, 4.8 metres, they're in trouble. But so are the Leighviathan team, they're still back in the pits.
Switch on.
Anything?
That doesn't sound too good. You know what's wrong with it now?
It's horrible, they can't work out what's wrong with it, but it just will not respond at all when they use the control.
I do not know, Robin, this moment. Have we got the crystals in the right transmitter?
What's happening, Derek?
They've got the same frequency as the next competitor, and if they're not ready, we have to let the next competitor go. So we have to take the radio away from them, and then they cannot repair their machine.
So how long have they got?
3 minutes.
I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Tony, have you got the receiver?
Have you got the other receiver? Can we have it then?
Roboteers, stand by.
Well, have they got it ready? Fingers crossed for Robin Williams, the driver, and the Leighviathan team.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Will it activate, though? Yes. Taking on the barrels. Looking smooth so far. No steering problems, it would seem, using that petrol-driven chainsaw to smite the barrels out of the way. Sir Killalot closes in. Now what's going on? Sir Killalot has picked it up, wrenching one of the wheels away. Oh, look at the faces. Sir Killalot in for the death blow on its side, going nowhere. What a nightmare. Have they done enough? Anxious moments. Sir Killalot simply lifted it up like a leaf, and they're slammed. I think they've done enough, though. Yes! 5.1 metres ahead of Death Trak.
All went belly up, didn't it?
Yeah, he got caught on the side.
That's right, but it's just too powerful.